Hello everyone. Today we're discussing another lead code medium problem, longest palindromic substring. So this question has been previously asked in companies like Microsoft, Paytm, Flipkart, etc. So if you like today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out the complete playlist where I've discussed a lot of other interview problems as well. So without wasting any time, let's continue with the problem. So you can pause down the video and read out the question statement once for yourself. I hope that you've read the question statement. Now let's start discussing it. So what the question asks is that we have to find the longest palindromic substring. So first of all, let's understand what is a palindrome. A palindrome is any string that can be read as same from this side as well as this side. So what does this mean? Consider words like wow or mom or noon, right? So if you read them from here or here, they can be read as the same. Now let's talk about what is substring. So for any string A, B, A, B, A, B, a substring is any contiguous sequence which is present in this string. So suppose BAB is a substring of this string. This entire string is also a substring. ABA is also a substring. So any contiguous is a substring. Now let's discuss the approach for the question. So first of all, let's understand one thing, that there are two kinds of palindrome. Two kinds of palindrome. Now what are those? They are number one, odd length, and number two, even length. So what does this mean? As the name suggests, odd length palindromes have length as an odd number, and even length palindromes has their length as an even number. So for example, wow or mom are odd length palindromes, whereas words like noon or toot are even length palindromes. Now let's notice some important things from this observation. So in the odd length palindromes, you'll notice that the middle letter can be anything, while all the letters adjacent to it, that is this letter and this letter, should be same. Similarly, let's say there was here that this letter and this letter should be same. Similarly, there was B, this letter and this letter should be same. While middle letter, we are not concerned about it, right? So this is about odd length palindromes. In even length palindromes, however, let's say noon, there you can see that these both of these are the middle elements. So this and this have to be same, this and this have to be same, and so on and so forth. From this observation, I can say that for an even palindrome, if I start from the middle and move one step in this direction and one step in this direction, both the characters should come same. At any point they are not same, that means that this is not a palindrome anymore. So for example, A, B, A, B, A. See, this is an odd length palindrome. But what if it was D here? So if I start from this, I'll see that AB and this AB, right? This is a palindrome here. Considering this A and this A is also palindrome. Now if here it was C, I see that C and D are different. So now this entire string is not a palindrome. However, this substring is a palindrome, right? So let's see how we can apply this into the question. So what the approach to the question will be, that for any string we'll start iterating. So let's take the string given in the example first. So I'll start with BAD. So you'll notice that this is a palindromic substring and this is also a palindromic substring in this. Now let's see how we'll find it. So we'll start from the first letter itself and I'll try and check. I'll try for both condition. Number one, that whether it is a part of a odd length palindrome, or number two, whether it is a part of an even length palindrome. So first of all, for odd length, the letter B itself is a part of an odd length of length 1. Now when I try and move this direction and this direction, you'll see that nothing is present here. So I'll do nothing. Now I'll move to A. For A, of course, it is a part of an odd length palindrome starting with 1. Now I move here and I move here. So I'll see that the letter I have encountered is same. So I'll increase this length by 2 because now it becomes 3, right? B, A, B. And now I'll see that nothing is encountered here and A is encountered here. So that means this is not same. This is empty and this is A. So this is no more a palindrome. And now I'll also check for the even length palindrome. So for an even length palindrome, what I'll do, I'll start with this and this. So are they same? No, they're not same. Hence, this cannot be an even length palindrome since two consecutive letters are not same in the middle, right? So this case is not possible. Now I'll move to B. So this again is the odd length palindrome of 3 and even length does not exist. Then for D similarly, right? So from this, what did I deduce? That I'll start with an I and I'll iterate it over the string. So I to iterate over the string, and then I'll take a high and a low. So what do high and low account for? So for suppose you're at a particular letter over here, right? This is the string, this is the entire string, and you're at particular this index, right? So high will be the count of the current index on this side. Sorry, this side will be low, and this side will be high, right? So S of high should be equal to S of low. As long as this condition is satisfied, I will have a palindrome, right? So this is what we have to take in account. And how will we increment the length here? You'll understand in the code part. So without wasting any time, let's move on to the code part. So first, let's discuss the odd length case. So this is the odd length case, right? So what I'm doing is that I'll start a loop while I less than n. This is the common thing. And then I initialize a high as I plus 1. So if I'm at ith index, like this is the middle element. So what is next that I have to satisfy? I have to satisfy that this element and this element should be same. So this is I plus 1 and this is I minus 1. And my current length is 1, that is only this single element. And answer is this single element, which is empty string right now. Right. Now what I'll do is while high is less than n and low is greater than equal to 0. So this is just checking the bounds of the array, that high and low should not go out of the array. And up till this point, that S of high should be equal to S of low, as I discussed there also. My current length will increase by 2. Why? Because see, this was 1. Now this and this are same. So that means this entire thing is a palindrome now. So I've added 2 characters to it, right? 2 characters to it. And hence I've incremented my current length by 2. And I've incremented my high for the next index, and I've decremented my low for the previous index. So from here, by incrementing high, I move in this side. So from here, by decrementing low, I move to this side. And if I find this and this as same, I'll again increment my current length by 2. Or if they are not same, I'll break the loop, right? If my length, so what length here was storing was the best length so far. Best length so far, right? So if this length is less than my current length, that is now my new found answer is better, right? So if in a particular case I find a length, current length is 5 and my previous best answer was 3 or 4, so I have to update it, and I also have to update my answer. So I'll just simply append all of these values starting from low plus 1. So if low was here, so where the loop will break, see, why I've started from low plus 1 and not from low is that, see, let's say A, B, B, A, right, and some C. So if I start from here, right, so let's take this also as B, right. So if I start from here, my first low will go here and high will go here. So what is the value? At this point, my low will be 1, since this is the first index, and at this point will be 3, right? And now in the next increment, my high will go here and my low will come here. So that means that my high will become 4 and my low will become 0. At this point, my loop breaks. But this is not a part of palindrome and this is not a part of palindrome. In fact, this and this are a part of palindrome. So I start from low plus 1 up till less than high. And I append all of these values in my answer. And then I change my final answer and my length to my current length. So this is for the odd case. I hope that you've understood it. Now let's understand this for the even case. So for the even case, my high will start at I plus 1. So if I am at a particular index, I need to check that. So we discussed that in the even length case, there were 2 midpoints and they were consecutive elements. So if they are same, then only we have to check one element behind and one element after. So for take example of noon, if you are at this, so this and this should be same, and then we think about incrementing and decrementing for further palindromes. So if this is not same, it makes no sense. So that is why I'm starting from I plus 1 and I itself, right? And my current length is 0 because currently I'm not considering these elements. I will consider them in the next step. So if this condition is satisfied here, that is if this value and this value, which were 2 initial consecutive values, were same, then I increment my length. What if See, if this was n, m, n, and n, and I'm at m. So if this was low and this was high, at this time my current length cannot be 2, right? It has to be 2 only when these are same. So if I would have initialized it to 2, that would have been wrong. That is why I initialized it to 0 and incremented in the first iteration itself, right? So that's what I've done, and then it's the same step as in the previous, that I've incremented my high and decremented my low, and the updation rule here also is exactly the same. And at the end I increment my I, and when my I reaches the end of the array, my loop will break. So that is the approach part to it. Let's look at the code of it in the broader sense as well, so that you understand it better. So initially you see that I've taken n as the size of the string. This high and this low, these are basically just defining them. My I starts from 0, and this is length. The best length initially is 0, which is an empty string, and this is the final answer which I will finally return. So you can see, while I is less than n, this entire loop here, this works. And this inside the loop is the same code that I just explained, and here finally I return my final answer. So now let's just try and submitting it. So you'll see that this will get submitted. It's just taking some time. So yes, it does get submitted. So if you've liked the explanation and the question itself, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out the entire playlist where I discuss a lot of other interview problems. And don't forget to press that bell icon, since I post regular updates about interviews, etc. And thank you for joining in. Thank you for coming. Keep coding and keep learning. Thank you.